All right, so looking at this, the first thing I'm going to say right off the bat is that I think you did good color choices, and you've got a good ambient mood. The things that I would definitely start fixing are kind of your perspective. Looking at this, you've got kind of perspective all over the place. So I kind of quickly drew in some base ideas, and like you have it just kind of going all over the place. And so with that in mind, it's just very distorted. Okay. And if I go into from a standpoint of this is my perspective here. The other aspect of this is that ultimately your perspective is your character sitting down here, and you're probably looking at like a midpoint of perspective, something along kind of right here. And I'm saying this because I'm still seeing the underside of, like this box is almost flat here, but this is kind of wrong, and then so this is kind of off too. So you need to define the perspective, and so by defining the perspective, things are going to change. Your figure here looks like you're doing perspective kind of in the center line, and so if that's the case, if that perspective is your kind of set foundation, then ultimately things like this are going to change. This perspective, this vanishing point, is going to actually kind of be a little bit different. So what would happen is you're probably going to get a little bit more skew on your pieces like this, and so on and so forth. And so this might actually fall down a little bit more like so. All right. And so it looks more, the ground looks a little bit flatter than what it normally would be. And so I'm just going to kind of fill in some of this as I do this. So the issue is, once you get that perspective and once you get that kind of rough concept in, the other aspect is that you want to kind of build up and make that perspective look, and then you want to have some overlap. So in this case, this piece here, I would actually kind of bring this up, and I'm going to just kind of really quickly kind of slice this and do a copy here. Oops. And then I'm going to move this up over, instead of a copy, let's do a merge here, or there we go. There we go, come on. There we go. So I'm going to move that up, and I'm going to overlap things so that it looks a little bit more interesting. I'm going to go back on this one here, and then again, looking at it, I'm going to copy this and bring that up over here. And so then this box now creates a much more kind of defined area. And again, get your shapes properly kind of set up. So something along the lines of like this, and then this is going to be along like so, and then this, and then it's like so. So you can see here, just by overlapping some of that stuff, I create more of a foreground element. And I think that's ultimately what you kind of need to have happen, is that that foreground element just needs to be kind of placed in there. The other aspect of this is that once you do that, I'm going to just drop these layers here, merge all these together. And so once you do that, you're going to get, your overlap of your box. So I would actually grab, the box and overlap it like so, and then we're going to kind of place some objects in there. And so I'm just basically kind of cleaning up this like so. So overlap things, that's going to give you more depth. But the other aspect that I want to show you is ultimately, and we're going to use a green to pop this out, ultimately the perspective for your legs looks really off. And so if you think about it, so we're just going to kind of block out the chest, and then we're going to block out the waist here like so. So here's her waist. Even if it's a little bit larger, I'm going to block it out like so. So I'm going to create kind of a I don't know, what do you want to call it, like just a cutout of the waist here like so. And with that, so if this leg goes outward, so we're assuming that this leg is going straight outward like this, and that's okay, like that. But then this leg doesn't go outward again. It's actually going completely straight back. And so what would happen is this here would actually have a lot more kind of depth into it. And so I would really kind of look at your perspective on this, because that it doesn't give you the necessary kind of space that you're looking for. And then here, when you're drawing your cylinder up here and you're coming up here like so, and then there's this section here like so, but this one is not coming straight across either. And so the way it looks now, and I'm just going to show you real quick. So the way it looks now is, from a top view, this leg comes out like so, and then it almost comes back in like this. And then this leg here comes straight forward towards the camera like so. But then the leg goes like this. And so it just looks unnatural. And that's ultimately where you need to go through and just kind of set your tone. Here is going to have a lot more overlapping, and I'm just going to show you real quick as I kind of erase this. But you're going to have a lot more overlapping like this, and it's going to bring it down, and then you can bend the foot kind of. Let's see here. So we'd bend, we'd want to bend the foot because it's way too long and it's not sitting right. So you can either bend it down like so, and then coming towards the camera, or you can kind of rotate it like so. Let me erase. You can rotate it like so and bend it on kind of its angle axis here. And then this foot is going to be a little bit less shorter because you need to create that foreshortening. So I would definitely either get a model just to sit in that pose to get what you're looking for. And then the next thing that I would tell you to do is ultimately, right now here, it looks okay, but what I would tell you that is ultimately you want to, and this is just a muted tone here that I put a level adjustment on there. And what I would do is I would bring that darker in the foreground here, and then in the background elements here, I would add in the same type of thing, but I would actually kind of mute and bring that back out. And so we can even kind of grayscale that out, or like so. And so by doing that, the silhouette pops a little bit more. It's something so stupid simple, but looking at it here, everything kind of has the same feeling, even though the background is a little bit more muted. But by darkening the foreground and darkening the background, that character pops more. Or we can even change this, and instead of darkening the background, we can pull out and gray the background too. And that will give you, pull out the silhouette as more, greater, give you a greater silhouette. So those are the things that I would tell you to look at. The hands look okay and things like that, but there's little things that I would also add in here. Going in and, like on this character, I would cut out, a section where you've got the eyes, so that you can see that this is a mask. And I get, she's painting masks and things like that, but just that simple kind of cutout pattern, kind of makes you recognize, adds that second layer of kind of emphasis on there. And then on top of that, what I would also do is kind of use, and I'm not a fan of the dodge tool, but you can use the dodge tool a little bit, and I would do it on kind of the hair. Let's do the highlights here. And just kind of pull that gold out a little bit more, especially by her face. And you can see here, just by doing that, that brightens up her face and attracts the eye a little bit more. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the dodge tool. It's nice when you need it, but by pulling it a little bit more to her face, being the brighter areas, that's going to give you a little bit more contrast. All right, so I hope that helps.